Hi everybody, just setting up, just about there, way to go. Looking good, got people on the list. Looking good. Welcome everybody, hope you're enjoying yourself, just sitting back, relaxing, and I've called the title of this chat, Stake, Relax and Divs. I think that's pretty cool, in honour of a number of things as well, so pretty cool indeed. Got a few people, got a number of people coming online here, so it's looking good. Not a lot happening in the price at the moment. We've got 00014, SA Homebuyer. Hey, great to have you, SA Homebuyer. I visited your channel the other day, looking really good. Looks like you're about to do some really cool content on there. Looks pretty nice. Hope you're enjoying Axion, SA Homebuyer. I saw you on here the other day, so I just remembered you've got a really cool logo there. So pretty neat. And yeah, let's have a check out this price. 00014, looking nice. And we've just posted this live stream in the chats, so we'll see how we go today. We've obviously got price in there. We'll just wait for a few people to come on and so forth. So I'm just going to close down my Telegram and just to give me a bit more PC power. Make yourself known in the chat, especially if you're new. Let me know. Alex, if you've popped into the chat, Alex is a mod. He does moderation on the chat. So welcome to Alex. Very knowledgeable on the Axion project as well. So pretty neat. Yeah, we're just stepping up, just bringing people online at the moment, so great to have you here. Let's have a quick look at a wrap up of what's going on. This is just going to be a short live stream for about 30 minutes or so, and we're going to have a look at what happened in the market lately. So we've got the 1 hour chart at the moment. We've got 1.240 liquidity. We've got 486,000 US dollars in daily volume, and we've got pooled ETH of 1,088. So as long as it stays over 1,000, I'm happy with that. We've got 4.4 billion Axion in the pool, so looking nice. And I love this channel. I'm going to post this in the chat. If you haven't saved this to your favorites, this is the really great price chart, and you can check that out. So pretty neat. Neil, welcome Neil. Hey, good to have you on board. People are just climbing on to watching now, so it's great to have you on board. Feel free to comment. We loved all your comments. And your experiences with Axion and just anything else generally. So just get on the chat and make it happen. We've got a pretty soft day. We've got a little uptrend in the price. So if you just scale that, we're gonna put a little uptrend going on here. So that's nice. I always want this to make a bust out of this price range. And if we have a look at the 4 hour, which is my favorite one. You can see from the beginning when we launched back here that we've got a little uptrend, and hopefully we've got a higher low. That's really the main news at the moment. High low with a little uptrend there. This was our low so far, little uptrend. So let's hope for that. Let's just jump over to the auction. We've got 10 people watching. Neil, thanks. He says in the chat. Cheers. So we're going to have a quick look at the auction. See what that's at. So we've got 109 million Axion in the pool. That makes it a really unusual day auction rather than the weekly mega auctions. And we've got the Uniswap price is just under 4.1 million, making the auction price look really attractive at the moment. So if you are planning to get in, you can also get on top of this. You can get a 10% bonus. Hit the link below and you can put your ETH in, send your ETH. That will go into the pool. At the end of the 24, well, basically got a couple of hours left, 5 hours left. It will go into my bets. You can then withdraw it and it will get auto staked for 14 days. So that's just for the new people. The existing people know that stuff, but often people, when they have it under my bets, they're not sure whether they withdraw. Do they have to withdraw it first of all? Yes, you do. There'll be a heading here saying my bets, and you'll have to withdraw that, and it will go to staking for 14 days, and it will show at the bottom of this page here. This is just a demo account, so it won't show at the moment, but it shows at the bottom your deposits. And it'll be stuck there for 14 days. So everything won in the auction gets auto staked for 14 days. So that's good to know. Now, just before I continue, let's have a look at further down, and you can see that we're, for the mega auction coming up, we're almost at that 10 billion mark again. So this is getting smaller every time though. You can see the previous one was 11.7 billion. And we had 521 ETH, pretty handsome. This is 109 million, still on the low side at the moment, considering we had 14.7 million yesterday, and we've got this. So I'm expecting a bit of an increase in this as time goes by. So just keep if you do decide to go into the auction today, just keep mindful of the Uniswap price and your referral bonus on top of the auction price. So just keep that in mind. Let's have a quick look at the spreadsheet. So this is a tracking every day. So we're on day 26. Can you believe it? We're not even a month old yet. Axion's still only 26 days. We've got these results in here at the moment. So 6.8 Ethereum, or $1,700 has gone into auction buybacks so far. That price is a bit low, so I put 585. It's probably more like that at the moment. So maybe up to $1,800 US has been bought on the market. And you can see that there with the 6.8. And that's 80% of that 6.4 that's currently showing in the auction. So we'll just go back to there. You can see that amount there. So obviously the team gets 20%, goes towards their cost, marketing, hiring the mods, developers, all that sort of stuff. They've got 1.7 ETH today. If we look at the total amount of funds based on the current price of about 585, I think it is, and we've got about 2.3 million US dollars approximately. Obviously it's different every day. The price of Ethereum has been going into market buybacks, so we're really getting up there now, and we've got 500,000 has gone to the team approximately. I mean, that's just taking the one price, but that gives you an idea. And as you can see, if you've been going in to auctions, you've been getting a really good deal, and obviously Uniswap's been a good deal, so you just have to get the best deal for you between the two, but you can see really good value. And how long is this going to stay around for? We don't know. People you normally buy low and sell high, right? So I'll just take that away. Normally buy low and then sell high, as some people do. But of course with Axion it's different, because Axion, you're just not trading, you actually want to stake. Because if you stake, you get all the divs, right? You get all the dividends, and that's what it's called. You stake, relax, and dividends. That's the name of the video today, or live stream. So we've got the share rate is at 1.0644, and so if you put in your deposit here, put the number of days you're in, you're going to get that nice share rate. And the share rate is #1 in the staking platforms. So basically Hex, Axion and Wise, they have these share rates. So those are the things that are key. Get the shares early and you get way more of the reward pool. Obviously if you stake longer, you get longer pays better, you get big paydays as well. But if you stake, you get the big mega auction divs, and you get the 8% inflation, and you get penalties as well. It's a pretty neat flow in. Let's have a look at the chat. We've got 12 people up now, so that's really climbing. It's great to have you all on board. We're just going to review the day. Anyone getting the alert transaction error exception from in the contract code? Yeah, that happens from time to time, Neil. There may be something to do with not enough ETH in the wallet or something. It sometimes tends to go away. Maybe just log out and log back in. Someone else may have another better solution. If you do, put that in the chat. So there we are. That's what we've got at the moment. So just continuing with that the staking theme of today's live stream, because the price is pretty laid back, but we've got that little uptrend. Let's just see where that goes. The other thing I want to pick up was Hex at the moment. So Hex had a massive pump. Let's have a quick look at that. So Hex, which Hex does free claims on Axion, they pumped 41% within what's that? In about 8 hours, they pumped 41%. Then they came down, and now Hex is at 0.0037. So still looking bullish at the moment at this range. So I thought that was interesting because the Axion had a little pump too. We'll go to a 1 hour chart, and we had a little pump up here, 0.0015, and back down. So we're going like that in here. So back up to that mark again, 0.0015. Obviously we know there's a bit of resistance at this 0.0018 mark. We sort of punched through it and then fell back yesterday, so you can see that line there too. So that's pretty interesting. Let's have a quick look at the stats. Before I do the stats, let's have a quick look at the chat and see what's going on. Michael also says, Neil, it's common, lower Gwei to current charges and save. Yep, cool. You can push hash gas on the on the in the Discord as well. Just by going, as I'll show you to do that, you can just go like this and put gas in there like that, and then it will show you that stuff there. So I'll paste that in the chat. It might help too. Oh, it's a bit long, so I'll have to delete some words. Related issue perhaps. So anyway, what else we got? Thanks Michael for that. Neil says, I'm trying to enter one Ethereum, fees are higher than remember. Fees are higher than I remember. Never noticed that before. I'm going to try a new browser and reload. Yeah, try that. Also, I just posted that gas estimation error. That might help fix it. But sometimes logging in and out helps fix it. So keep that in mind. Let's go back to the price chart there. I was going to go to the Axion stats. But before we do that, let's have a look at what's happening in the chat. Michael says, what's up by the way? Neil says, cool, I've done it before. Not noticed, thanks. Francesco Nava, welcome Francesco, good to see you again. The fees last night to withdraw were ridiculous. Absolutely, and I didn't. I just didn't do anything. At the time I waited for the fees to come down, and I was certainly changing the gas limit to when it came down to 200,000, and then I was changing that price up. Waiting for the price to drop. Crypto Magic, welcome Crypto Magic. Awesome to have you here. If you participate in a normal Axion auction or mega auction, will not all Axion be distributed from the auction among the participants? Yeah, so the Axion that's bought on Uniswap using the ETH, 80% of the ETH that goes into the mega auctions or daily auctions is the Axion that's bought on Uniswap from that using that ETH goes into the reward pool for the day. So whoever's staked gets the benefit of those rewards each day based on the number of shares they have. So I believe when the staking contract ends, it goes back and calculates your share of the pool every day. Does it every day, and then it adds it up for you, and that's how you get your interest payment. So hopefully that helps. Neil says, now I know how that guy paid 9,000 by mistake. Imagine that. Yeah, you're probably not thinking either. That's just gutting, honestly. The fact they had 9,000 in their wallets, well, that's positive, but the fact that they just lost it that way, that'd be bad. I hadn't actually heard about that, so thanks for that, Neil. Michael, that hurts, yeah, definitely. Neil says, thanks for that regarding the gas fee estimations. Good to save that to your favourites, the ETH gas station info. So good. Francesco, gas fees still pretty high. I'd wait another day, probably congestion, yeah. Obviously, everyone says it's driven by the smart contracts built on top of Ethereum, so everyone buying the dip, absolutely. That's what I sort of said. Obviously, not investment advice, but man, these prices are pretty decent, and you can pick up a nice big bag. Claire, beautiful. Welcome, Claire. Great to have you. Hello, Axion family. Greetings from Bermuda. Awesome. I was watching a video about Bermuda just about a week ago, maybe. Neil says, fixed resetting the browser works. Nice one, Neil. That's it. Problem solver. Pretty cool. And using that link to get a guide. Nice one. That's great. Okay, let's have a quick look at the market stats. So we've got 268 billion, just under 268 billion, 200,000 just underneath that. So it's pretty neat. What we got here? We've got 98.9 in circulating supply. Obviously includes the Teams wallet, about 43 billion. So circulating supply, liquid supply is a lot lower. And circulating market cap is 13.7 million US dollars. Just got to say, once I switch over from billions to millions, I just got to slow that down so that I don't say billions all the time. So pretty neat. Staking stats are definitely up. So 18,293. We like to see that. Punched over 62%. We're now up at 63% from yesterday. We've got 169.25 billion Axion staked. Pretty good. And average stake length 903 days. Average stake amounts up. So I think it was about just under 9.1 million. Now it's at 9.25. So that's gone up at least by average about 150,000. And High Five club members still climbing. I'm pretty sure that was 873 yesterday. I have to check the video, but I think that's up by 2. So that's still climbing. Wallets look slightly ahead of yesterday. 10,971. Now this is the one I want to measure. So I need to start saving that in the spreadsheet. So this is the data spreadsheet here. and you can see all the auctions in here. So that's the amount of auctions that we've had. That's the amount of ETH that we've had. And so we just got to, I've also got to add in the Uniswap final price, track that as well, to see what the premium was. But getting back to the stats, not that one, Axion stats. So that's where we're at there. Obviously you can check out which kind of wallet size you are, whether you're a whale or a shrimp. So there's all those different categories. We're up at 278,878 trees. We finally busted over that 49, heading towards 50 ETH, and we're at $27,887. So the price of Ethereum is down slightly on the last one we checked. That's pretty much what's happening there. That's pretty much a good sum up of what's happening. Price is pretty laid back at the moment. Let's have a quick look on the YouTube chat. Michael says, what's the cap on Hex free claim per address? What's the cap on Hex free? 10 million. 10 million, Michael. Obviously, if we go to that, claim, not eligible. So I'm using a demo wallet here. It's not eligible for free claim Axion with Hex. But if you've got one that is eligible, then you'll have a blue box as similar to this, but it will be for Hex rather than Hex 3T. So get Axion for Hex tokens for free at rate of 1:1. All free claim Axion tokens will be automatically staked for 350 days. So that's the other thing you have to take into account. The amount of free claim is limited to 10 million Axion tokens. Over the limit will be sent to the weekly auction. So if you get a big whale, Hex whale that has 100 million Hex, for example, which would be pretty big, then 90 million of that would go to the weekly auction. That's why our weekly auctions were so big, up in the billions, really huge. The exchange will be available for 350 days. However, there is a late claim penalty for late exchanges, and that's starting to take impact now on those claims. So it's better to get in the first 2-3 months for sure, because the penalties really start to hit. The amount of penalty is calculated by the formula. Penalty equals Hex plus share amount times day since free claim starts over 350. So as every day tracks along, it gets more the penalties go up. Tokens from the penalty will be distributed in the following way: 349 over 350 will be sent to the next day auction. 1 over 350 for distribution at the end of the year at big payday. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Let's have a look on the chat. I hope that answers that one, Michael. Tim Axion, welcome. Good to see you again. Man, some of these names are always getting familiar with. It's great. Tick the exclude dev fund on the stats page. Exclude, oh yes. Oh, let me go to that one. Exclude dev. Boom. Okay, so we're up at 80%. So we're at 80.78. Thanks for that. Missed that one. I don't often see those ones. So we're actually, the stake percentage is 80% with the dev funds and contracts. So neat. That's really cool. Wonder what it did to. I didn't change that one. So that's pretty neat. What does it do to the actual? Okay, so just to fix that one measure. Oh, that's really good. See, we learn something every time. Awesome. Thanks for that, Tim. Crypto Magic. Hi. No, I don't understand yet. There is now an auction containing 109 million Axion. The participant bring in ETH. Why is the 109 not distributed? So that there gets once you go. I'll go through that again. So going to the auction. So people enter the auction here, and it goes into the ETH pool, and they're all, this ETH is competing for this Axion, but there's a market price formula which is at 35%, I believe, better, potential better than the Uniswap price. At the moment, the auction price is up here at the moment, and once the auction ends, so people won't get this nominal rate. So if I plug that figure in here, 109.7 million divided by 8.47, that gives a nominal value of 12.9 million Axion, but people aren't going to get that. They're going to get closer to this number here, which is at best they can do 35% better than the Uniswap price. And so what happens is that the tick box is new of today. Okay, cool. That makes me feel better, Tim. Michael, like the OA origin address, right? Yep, very true. Anyway, I'm getting straight from Crypto Magic's question. So basically 80% of this ETH, and if we go to the spreadsheet, you got 8.47 has gone in to compete for this, and so that 8.47 is here, and 80% of that, which is here, 6.8, goes onto the Uniswap and buys Axion. So if we go onto Uniswap, we'll have a look to see whether we can find an address. There's one address that here it is here. So this one here, BBEA, that's 80%. 1 ETH went into the auction, and 80%, so 0.8, went and bought Axion. So they bought 3.2 million Axion. That's going to go into the reward pool, and whoever's staked will benefit from that today. But you must be staked before before today started, so to get this reward. So hopefully that helps. Let me know if that makes sense. Crypto Magic. More info on gas fees for everyone. Yep. Did you see above? I posted the link. ETH gas station info. That's hopefully that helps. So if you're going to I don't know if I got something in there, so I won't show that example. Timax, Food TV, welcome Food TV, good to have you on board. I have no choice to stake all due to price tank and bought another 100 million Axion. You're so hilarious to Food TV. I remember your comments the other day. Yeah, well, stake and divs, that's what it's all about in Axion. Stake and divs. Yeah. And that's the thing, the more staked, and obviously we've seen with that, I keep going to that page, but we've obviously seen with this new toggle, with the dev funds and that 80%, that's awesome. And I'd love that to get to 90, 93, 94%. That'd be really cool. So we can only hope, but that's pretty neat. So congratulations Food TV, just keep earning those divs. It's a lot of divs to earn over the next few years. Neil says, no last minute Richard Hart whales enter in the last 10 minutes of auction as well. Yeah, not as many. That's what we've been watching out for, Neil. And I think if we go back to the previous auctions, when we had these ones, 1803 and 2133. So this one here, the first auction, mega auction we had for 14.3 billion, we had, the last hour we had 500 ETH in the last hour. So that's still not like mega ETH whales, obviously, but that was, showing some small little, maybe sharks going in 10, 30 ETH type thing, and then maybe 50 ETH tops. And then this one here, we had a bit of a similar reaction here. I can't remember the number off by heart for that one though, but definitely a better day, 2-1. And then we jumped down to 5-2-1. So, and that, because the price had come down quite a bit. Food TV, 100% stake now. Yeah, good one, Food TV. I hope you got a nice staking ladder set. If you decide to stake short term, all good. But staking ladders, if you're in for the long haul, staking ladders are probably the best way to have a passive income and balance the risk to return. No, not like Hex every day. Yeah. Magic, Crypto Magic. Okay, now I understand. Thanks. Oh, that's great. It's can be. Hopefully, the spreadsheet actually helps to explain it, because I've broken the numbers down a bit more, and it was good to see the actual transaction. We had a perfect one of 1 ETH going, so that was pretty perfect to show you how the market buybacks work. And they go into a reward pool, so that's pretty cool. So anyway, back to the price. It's looking good. So that's pretty much the state of play at Axion at the moment. Obviously, with the we go to the announcements. We talked about this yesterday in the live stream, and we've got all this coming up, right? All this stuff coming up, and we've got the 15-year NFT distribution, the auction mechanics, whether they're going to do many more things to that. The CTO onboarding, the meme contest winners, locking liquidity. This is the biggie out of this list in my view. Locking liquidity with the liquidity amplifier down here. So looking forward to that. Then they've got some really good AMAs going to come up with the whole team. So I think that's really neat. And other than the liquidity amplifier, it's this big massive marketing. And we're all after that. We want to see Axion's name plastered over YouTube and other platforms. And this 50,000 will do that. We're also waiting for the 15,000 for Sheldon Evans, who's got 175,000 subscribers to his mass marketing on YouTube, so that'd be cool too. So lots coming up to bring in to expand the community. We want to get, go from 11,000 to 20,000 to 30,000 to 40,000, and keep going really. So pretty neat. So good. We've got about 15, 16 viewers on. That's really great. Welcome to everyone that's new, and hopefully you're enjoying. We just did a nice big wrap up of what's happening in Axion over the place. We also had a quick look at Hex, because Hex had a big price pump, and that Hex is related to Axion in the same sense that we've got the Hex free claims, which anyone that had Hex in the wallet on the 28th of May would qualify once they go on the Axion platform and click under the claim. They would have a claim box down the bottom here. Obviously this wallet's not eligible, so it says not eligible to free claim Ax with Hex. But if you also X3T, to avoid penalties, you really need to make sure if you've got any in your wallet to really swap that in and turn it into Axion, so that you can stake it and make it. And that's the name of the live stream today is stake, relax, and dibs, which is kind of playing on a number of things. If you know who he is, community promoter in the Axion team now, and that's one of his favorite lines is relax and dibs. He's got plenty of videos on his YouTube channel about relaxing and dibs, so it's pretty neat. I haven't been on the chat that much, but look, the mods are all moving around doing the stuff, so I need to get updated. Also, the other thing is that I haven't got here is that Axion obviously is back on Telegram, so you can now make comments on Telegram if you prefer that over Discord, and so Telegram may be easier for you to spread the word to other people. So if you've got other people, you can really on Telegram, you might have big communities, really spread the word about Axion on there. Faye Viking, hey, welcome, good to have you here. Eric Nye, great to have you here too. Do you know the difference on the return between staking 3 months and 6 months? That's a complicated question because there's so many different variables to the return. Basically, the basics I can show is the following. Obviously, there's 8% inflation during the year. So these are the 5 benefits, 4 benefits really. So there's 8% inflation. There's the auction market buybacks. 80% of the ETH goes to buyback on Uniswap, and that goes into the reward pool with the 8% interest, obviously on a daily basis. And then on top of that you have penalties, and then on top of that you have longer pays better, which is not technically a reward pool, but what it does is gives you more shares to get more of the reward pool. And then number 5 is basically the big paydays, which there's 5 of those, one each year, starting at 10%, then the final year is 30%. So the longer you stake, the more divs you're going to accrue, and it's going to, if you get your stake early, you're going to get tons of shares, and then by the time that you accumulate all those divs over a longer period, you're going to have a truckload of Axion in your wallet, a truckload. And that's the idea of these platforms, is that more people stake, and that's what we've seen here, is that Axion actually has some tremendous staking percentages, and obviously with this new toggle showing the dev funds, we're actually up at 80.78%. Now excluding the dev fund and contracts, we're at 63.12, but with the teams we're at 80.78, which is really great. And we, ultimately we want that to go higher and higher. The less people that are, the more people that stake, the less people that are selling. But obviously people that have liquid Axion too, if they're not selling, that includes this. So this number includes the dev pool, about 43 billion or so. If the other people aren't selling, the difference is great too, because that's like being staked, and they just leave it in their wallet, and then all you have to do is increase the demand, and that's what these staking platforms are trying to do. So hopefully that gives a bit more. But we can actually go in briefly and just go into staking. I don't have it. This is a demo wallet, so if you had, I don't know if it's going to let me do anything. No, it doesn't. So no, it won't let me do anything because I've got nothing in it. So basically, you can put in the amount that you want to invest, and you can put the number of days. And obviously, if you put it in like 1830 days, you'll get all 5 big paydays. You'll get, if you 1830 days is 5 years, so you'll get 100% longer pays better shares. And then the share rate's 1.06. So you'll get, if you put $1 million in, you'll get less than $1 million in shares, but if you get longer pays better, you'll get $1 million from that. So that plus the shares will give you about 1.9 something million shares, and that's what's going to entitle you to all the benefits like big payday. Like you get even more of that, and you'll get more of the daily interest of 8%. You'll get more of the option market buybacks and penalties. So that's basically the idea. I'll probably I'll go back to my other account on another day. I'm just doing some stuff on that at the moment. So cool. Let's have a look. Food TV, I know who he is. Skull. Food TV, number of things is a whale. He has over 1 billion Axion. Does he have that much? I knew he's someone I've known for some time, from the early days of Hex and Pyrobank, obviously, which he was I think he was like one of the founders or something to the effects in Pyrobank. Yeah, so he's got that many. Wow, that's fantastic. Well done to a number of things. Huge congrats to him. And that may give some insights into certain things that have happened recently. So pretty cool. Let's just quickly jump back to the market price there. Just got to close that app to update. And there we are. Just leave it on that for the time being with the 1 hour and so forth. Let's move it to the 15 minutes. And we'll just watch that for the moment. I'll just expand the meter. Never there when I want to see it for some reason. Yeah, what was I saying here? So Michael says 4+ price action up or down. Up for me. Imperial West, hey, welcome Imperial. Why such high gas fees? Who knows? That's just part of the life of Ethereum blockchain these days. Probably all the smart contracts is generally what's causing it. And there's obviously a new smart contract and new projects coming on all the time, causing more demand, pushing the fees up. And obviously when the price of Ethereum goes higher, the price of the fees seems to go higher. So that's pretty much how it plays out. Michael Goodia, price action plus or minus also affects the return. Absolutely. That's your biggest underlying risk, isn't it, Michael? And that's why you got the staking, is that even though you can stake, you can get all the divs, but you still got the underlying risk of price. But it's hopefully less over time with the staking. If you have a good staking, if a lot of people have staking ladders, then you've really got to grow the community, push the price up. It's the projects that don't have the staking or don't have a share rate that are really expose you to huge underlying price issues. And we know that price is only marginal price, right? So it's only as good as the last person that bought, last person that sold, and times their volume, obviously. Food TV, me and he bought at the same time. Oh, really? Okay. A number of things. But I sold and bought Hex. Okay, that's cool. Francesco Nova, what is the minimum you would stake for 5 years? I'm thinking of going for all 5 big paydays. Well, in my opinion, well, I don't know what scale you are. Let me just go back to the staking stats. I keep going to that one for some reason. I don't know which level you are on, but I would say, for argument's sake, I'm just going to take a guess. Let's say that you had $1 million. I'd probably probably $1 million for each year, something like that. So you have a staking ladder, 1 million maturing each year. Otherwise, you could just put any amount that's gonna, maybe 500,000. I don't know what the size of your wallet is, but whatever, you could put that in. But $1 million sounds kind of a round number. Let's see, that $1 million would be $150 approximately US. So that's adding up there to something like that. So that'd put you in this level, and then you could just scale that up depending on what level you're in, and have it matured. But you could do one for each big payday, and then obviously a lot of people fill in their staking ladder, so they have ones maturing quarterly or half yearly as well. So there's different ways of doing staking ladders. Basically, you create a passive income that way. But getting big paydays, you either can just go for each one of them and have one of them mature, or you can just put this, in our example, 5 million. You could just put it at the end of the 5-year period, 1,830 days or whatever. So I hope that gives some guide. It's really ultimately up to yourself, but hopefully that gives you some feel for it. I'm Justin Sun fan, but I'm selling my Tron now to get more Axion. Smart move. Yeah, I like Tron too, but it's hasn't really busted out of that 3.5 cents from memory. I haven't looked at it recently, but But obviously it's cheap, right? It's cheap and fast, which is makes Ethereum, seem a lot better than Ethereum in that regards. But obviously Ethereum is the main game, main utility coin. Got I don't know how many of the applications on top of it, maybe 80%. I don't know, it's pretty big. So it is the big game in town, and probably the number one economics crypto on the planet. Michael Aguirre, Francesco, go for quad 5. Oh, right, go for 15 years. Yeah, well, you can put a little bit in for 15 years, depends on your age and your risk return expectations. Eric Knight, your chart price is not updated. Oh, isn't it? Which one? This one? Let me have a look. Like sometimes it might get stuck because I'm moving around the screens. That's why often on my videos you see me refreshing them. So I apologize if it's got out of sync there. Let's have a quick look. 14.2. Oh, it's pretty similar. There we go. Hopefully that helps. We'll go up here. That's probably why I lost some of these features, right? Thanks for that though. Fixed now. Stressful struggle. Chart is broken. Okay. It's refreshed now. I've refreshed it. Thank you, everyone. Hey, we've got about 20 people on the live stream, so it's really great. Welcome to all the new people. We've just been doing a great summary of all-round summary of everything. So cool. Food to fear. I think I bought my 100 million Axion at 00013 bottom. That's pretty good. Let me go to what's that at? So 00011 was kind of the bottom. But that's the next it's kind of the next level, the higher low, as it were. And so these higher lows is positive. We're breaking out of there. Got to break out of that 00018, which we've seen before. So there we are. We've got that 00018 range. Got to break out of that. Let me go to the 4-hour chart, my favorite one. So there we are, 4 hours. So we've got to really break out of this 1800, 00018, and then head up for that 00025. Obviously 0002, then 00025. Looking good. Neil says, well, Food TV makeup, other buy at 0004 lol. Right, yeah, well, you're probably not alone there, Food TV. Francesca Nava, just thinking back to all the times I've spent $150 on drinks at the bar with friends. Could have had millions of Axion. Better days are coming. Yeah, absolutely, that's so true. But you're in Axion now, and it's still early days. We're only on day 26. Michael says, Tron is cheap and fast. Digibyte is cheaper and fast, but it's all relative to traffic per adoption. Absolutely, Michael. Amazon has a ghost town blockchain too. Ether's just the highway today. It is. Just unfortunate about the fees. And ever since we had that outage with was it Ferrera or Infura, we had a lot more errors in the wallet. Like it was very rare before that, but now we seem to have those errors that come in. Nutritional struggle. I can really feel this project growing daily. It's crazy. Yeah, and we want to keep growing the community. So just spread the word. It's the good thing about Axion is that it's a certificate of deposit. That's it, and it's a finished product in that regard. So basically, it's something that you can promote to your friends, so it's pretty neat as an investment option. So it's pretty neat. Here's a 15-minute chart. Take that up. It's a bit better on the screen. Nice payout tonight. Yeah, it will be decent. Let's have a look on the auction again. I'm going to refresh the screen. Yeah, 8.47. I think we're going to get a bit of a jump up in that, so we'll see how long that lasts. But keep a lookout for that. We're just under 10 billion for the weekly auction coming up. This is our fourth one, and I think it's obviously we've got a bit of time, so 9th, 10th, 11th. So we've got one more day coming up in 4 hours. So this auction close is in 4 hours and 36. We've got day 27 coming up, which is going to be 6.6 million at the moment. So that's going back to be small again. Obviously some penalties in this one and this one here, and so it's changing. So this one here will probably just tip over that 10 billion. And if you go back to my prediction from the other day, I predicted that's what my prediction was. So I don't know, I don't know if Alex is in the chat, but he was going to get me if I got it wrong. So I think it's 9.9. So it's not too bad, that was pretty close, I think. Yeah, so it's looking pretty good. And let's have a check up there, 8.47. So nothing's really changed on that score yet. But people will come in and snap up these Axions, and that would be the way to go. So we've got 18 people on live, 19 people just jumping up there. Great to have everybody on board. If you're new, let yourself be known in the chat. Was going to be a 30-minute price auction chat, but really just depends on the action. And it's been a bit better, so it's pretty cool. We're all pretty laid back at the moment, just watching the price. At least the price is back up to 0.00142. That's a lot better than being down at the 0.0011. I think we can all agree on that. If you manage to pick up some bags, good on you. Buy when the price is low, and obviously in Axion, stake and divs, and relax and divs. And there we are. Often people, even with staking, will always keep some people will keep some liquid in there, so that's fine. But obviously you're missing out on all the divs, which are pretty incredible on Axion. We had a quick look at Hex. Hex has got the 0.0037, so the value of Hex will also impact the value of Axion because of the Hex free claim on Axion, bringing in Hexkins. I myself am a Hexkin, so there are many others in the chat that are Hexians that have free claimed their Axion and have ended up buying Axion. So it works, folks, on board, and they do come, as it were. So I did a big buy last night, so I'm pretty happy with that. I think it was good. Stressful struggle. Yeah, Food TV, nice part. Yep. Trying to get back to 500 million Axion. Oh wow, that's awesome, Food TV. Yeah. Well, you'll definitely be one of the biggest players in town with that. Keep going to keep going to Discord. So that would get you up in the Great Whites. Yeah, that's a pretty cool place to be. Only 34 of those at the moment. So yeah, there will be one or two maybe tiger sharks that try to get into this Great White spot. Pretty neat. Obviously, you said earlier that Number of Things is one of the whales, perhaps one of the top ones. I think there's only 4 or 5 billion level wallets outside the teams, so it's quite possible that he's one of those. So congrats to Number of Things. He is a pioneer and a visionary, and he's a great community person with really great ethics, which is really great to have in crypto space, and he's a really fun personality as well. So I used to have 1 billion. Wow, really? When it was X2T. That's impressive, Food TV. So you're one of the super duper dupers, as we call it. So pretty cool. Francesco Nava, just waiting for my Hex to go back up after big payday. Then I'm selling it all for Axion. Nice. So you're going to get some of that too, where people decide to sell their X for Axion. They're waiting for a bit of a pushback in price, because before the big payday, Hex was up at 1.5 cents US, which was outstanding. I saw a video yesterday of a pretty bright chap talking about potential for Hex to go to 50 cents within the next 3 or 4 months. That was a very bullish call, but certainly I think that Hex will probably go up to, next high would be somewhere between 7 and 12 cents, and that can happen quite fast, right? With all the staked amount. That's what's special about these, Axion and Hex and probably even Wise token, which has got a different structure altogether, which is liquidity backed. So interesting. Food TV. I used to be in a whale chat with Jack. Right. What happened when your wallet went under a certain level that got thrown out? What happened there? Let us know. Let us know the goss of the whales. Let us know the whale. There we are, folks. We're going to get the whale goss. We've got an insider. So there we are. It's all a bit of fun. So here we are. We got 14. Was it 14? 000142. Just seems pretty steady, but it's looking kind of bullish in the upward trend. and that's looking good. So we're getting that. Let's watch happens overnight. We've got to close the auction in about 4 hours, and then we'll see what happens there. It's been about 45. Yeah, lol, says Food TV. Yeah. True, once is under 1 billion, you're out. Yeah, sad one. Sad. Sad. Yeah, they say you betrayer, you sold out. You're supposed to be holding, yeah. But then you sold some, yeah. Hey, but you got to do what you got to do, Food TV. You got to do what you got to do. So Michael Goode, TV got spared for lard. Yeah, that's true. It was fun. No, I'm sure it was. That's an exclusive club, man. It's like, what was it, 4 people, 5 people? I don't know what it used to be under Hex 2T. It must have been bigger, right? Because was it true that you could get like a billion Hex 2T for like $20? Was that what the price was? Stressful struggle. As my Hex stakes are ended, I will continue to be buying Axion. Right, nice. That's a great strategy. Yeah, so there's in any portfolio you want to have a few top assets, right? So it's good to spread the love between your projects, and if you know they're all pretty good probability winners, then it's good to do that. Certainly, I don't recommend putting into just one project because that's not good, project management. But definitely have your good winners, and for me, Hex and Axion are right up there as some of the world's best. So, Eric Nye, where do you see your Axion price wise in the near future? I got it at 05. Oh, you mean when the price was higher? Let me pull out the chart and the daily. Here's the daily chart. So you're talking about you got it around about this mark here. So about somewhere around that mark here. So in here. Yeah, well, I see it definitely going way past this again. So my near-term price thing, once it gets back on a bull run, is 0012 and then 0035 are my 2 next targets. So obviously that we don't have a chart to reference history, but those where my next sort of 2 goals are in between that range. So that's my opinion. So if anyone else got other opinions, let us know in the chat. I'm sure Eric will appreciate that. Francesca Nava, only thing you should be loyal to is your wallet. That's ultimately true. Yeah, that's true. But obviously you can also increase the community and help everybody out. So you can do that too. So pretty neat. Let's go back to 15 minutes. So we've got 17, 18 people on the live stream. It's going good. I'm going to keep going for a little bit longer with all the stuff going on. Michael Godia, amen. Francisco, being married to any coin or token is limiting. It's true. You can get involved in the community, but you do have to stay rational about your own portfolio ultimately. So just keep that in mind as well. There we go. So a little bit of selling there. So go back out of here. Click out of there. And, just refresh this page. Boom. And let's have a look at some of the transactions lately. So here's some of the transactions. So we had a lot of buys there, small buys. Looking at the head is kind of a better, quicker way of looking at it. So a lot of buys in here recently. Just trying to see the options there. Yeah, I can't see any option stuff at the moment. Where's the last? Oh, there's the last one. The one that we used as the illustration earlier is the last one. That's the last option buyback. So yeah, we're still at 8.47. Just refresh that to make sure. Food TV, when Axion reached 0.15 like Hex, it will be happy day. Oh, insane day, yeah. So we Tim Axion, I love how Superman always says 30 minutes and goes for an hour. Yeah, well, you know, gotta stay committed, and I do enjoy this, so it's a lot of fun. We're at 49 minutes, so maybe I should just stop just for an hour so I get Tim, eh? Michael, me too, Tim. Yeah. Yeah, pretty neat. So here it is, folks. Buying time galore. People will, in the future, just like they did with Hex, go, oh damn, why didn't I buy at this price, you know, in the auction. So it's pretty neat. Or on the market, Uniswap. So it'll be funny once these mega auctions go down, these things here. I mean, it's going to go down. Let's assume that we lose. I don't know. Let's assume that we lose. I had the auction stuff here. Where is it? Oh, screw it. Here. So my estimates were 3.4 billion went in the first auction, just under 4.1 billion went in the second auction, and just under 1.7 billion went in the third auction. So if we get anything like that, then you're talking about, let's say we get 1.7 off that, then you're going down to 8.3 billion plus a few extra penalties coming in. So this is going down. It's going to go down. And if we get a big week, and we get, let's say we get 1,800 or something, you're talking about 3.4, even more because the price is higher. So you'll get the price is lower. Sorry. So you could get that could go down to 6.5, and then things start to change really quickly, right? The Uniswap becomes the main principle for bigger wallets to get into. Obviously, we haven't seen mega wallets coming in, and there are out there. Definitely in the Hex community, there's some mega wallets in there. You're talking about with tens if not hundreds of thousands of ETH sitting in there. So, but that there can go down pretty fast with the right auction. So we'll wait and see. Pretty cool. All right. So the auction's going to finish in about 4 hours and 20 minutes. So keep on to that. Now, it is a good day to enter the auction. You can see that from here. Obviously, if you want to use the link below, you get 10% bonus if you decide to enter. So that's all good. I'm going to wrap it up here with the price. Thanks everyone for watching. We've had some really good streaming amounts, and really appreciate everyone coming on board. I hope you enjoy these daily live streams, and I've got to get a bit more time to do some of the things I've committed myself to do, so I'm going to do those in terms of upgrading the channel, and hope you enjoyed that one. I will catch you at the end of the auction video that I normally do, and I'll certainly catch you tomorrow for another live stream. Because tomorrow will be the live stream before the mega auction starts, so pretty neat indeed. So I'll catch you then. Obviously, I just want to point out quickly before I go though that tomorrow's auction is going to be 6.6 million at the moment, and it starts in 4 hours. So today's auction looks pretty juicy, to be honest. All right, thanks everyone, and laters Michael, laters Food TV, laters Axionites. Okay, going to end the stream in 3.